In Babylon's Fall, it's up to you, and a few teammates if that's your game, to take on the massive tower. But is this new beat-em-up adventure really worth it? The story is set in the city of Babylon, after the Babylonians have gone. You play a prisoner of the Domitian Empire, one who's been forced to join the ranks of the Sentinels. One kind of weird thing in this game is that you're required to equip yourself with a Gideon coffin, a kind of relic that gives you and other rare survivors some unrivaled powers. One pleasant surprise, in terms of gameplay anyways, is that the Gideon coffin and its contents allowed us to wield extra shields and weapons, to hurl projectiles, and even to hang from objects in order to bypass obstacles. It allows for a lot of diversity when it comes to how players approach combat. This game gives you the choice between sword, hammer, bow and arrow, and even magic wands. Each weapon comes with its own unique strategy. A sword will allow you to string together rapid blows, while the hammer is slower, though strong, and the bow and arrow as well as the wand are best for long distance attacks. We did miss having a skills tree. The lack of it meant that we weren't really able to customize our character beyond the equipment they carry. When it comes to combat, blows really do come raining down from every direction. You'll quickly figure out the most powerful combinations and will be able to juggle relatively easily between your standard arsenal and the one brought to you by the Gideon coffin. Your endurance and spirit meters are interrelated, which means that you'll want to use your spirit wisely. You do not want to find yourself out when it's time to dodge. And speaking of dodging, we have to say that we were pretty disappointed with the faulty camera work here. The angle often made action virtually unreadable, which turned out to be seriously frustrating. It didn't help that there were some long, drawn-out seconds required for your character to get up from the falls that your enemies so clearly love delivering. And what about the cooperation part of this game, which Platinum Games definitely did their best to sell? While you definitely can play solo, the game also offers co-op quests for up to 4 players. It's a great idea on paper, but in practice, unfortunately, it leaves you wanting. For one thing, it turns out to be extremely difficult to find teammates. The numbers support that. There were only 762 simultaneous connections recorded on Steam on the day of the game's release. We found ourselves resigned to carrying out quests solo, which was not at all the goal. When it comes to graphics, Platinum Games went with a kind of medieval oil painting style, and we have to say, it's not great. The style simply isn't adapted to the game, and you can feel that, especially during combat phases, or even just when your character breaks into a sprint. Finally, we have to talk about the headquarters, aka the hub. You really have to wonder what the point of this place actually is. In view of its size, the number of NPCs, and the amount there is to do there, our adventure wound up taking us back and forth between the quest list and the area our character reappeared in. Overall, Babylon's Fall turned out to be a bit of a disappointment. It has some good ideas, like the powers you get from the Gideon coffin, but the graphics and the overall repetitiveness really do take away from the experience of the game as a whole. For all of those reasons, we're giving this game a 4 out of 10.
Episode 1.